Hello guys, in today's video I am going to be naming the best cartoon of all time. Now remember, this is just my opinion and based on the cartoons that I watched as a kid. I'm not going to be including superhero cartoons or anime because I feel like they form a category of their own. I'm going to be talking about the cartoons which are rated for children. Also, I will only be talking about shows that I've seen, so I'm sorry for all the Looney Tunes, Flintstones stands out there. Anyway, let's move on to the video. So, the best cartoon of all time for me would be one that isn't one that I could only watch and appreciate in my childhood, like something like Dora the Explorer or Diego or Max and Ruby, and it's not something that I could only appreciate when I'm older, like Family Guy or Simpsons. So the best cartoon would definitely have to be a mix between both, one that you could watch in both your childhood and in your adulthood or any time in between that and still have a very good time. The show should also have good replay value and a bit of humor is appreciated as well. First of all, I'd like to show you Wikipedia's top 10 cartoons of all time. Besides SpongeBob, I've not really seen a whole lot of the other shows on the list, and I'm not going to be talking about The Simpsons because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm only going to be talking about shows which are rated for kids. So this list was made back in 2013, and I don't know if the list still stands. Please let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. With this out of the way, I used three main factors for selecting my best cartoon of all time. These factors separate the good shows from the legendary ones. The first one is the nostalgia factor. When people are asked what their favorite cartoon is, they normally only use this. It basically means which cartoon they had the best time watching and the cartoon which, if they watched today, would make them feel younger and help them recapture their youth. Of course, this varies according to when a person is born. For example, for a 90s kid, it may be Rugrats. For a 2000s kid, maybe Ben 10. For a majority of the kids, it may be Tom and Jerry, etc. The second factor is how iconic the show was. Now, in my opinion, the title for the most iconic show of all time is a close contest between Tom and Jerry and Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, I feel, really laid the foundation for animation today, and you know what? It's what made Walt Disney such a huge franchise. It launched Walt Disney. And no matter wherever you go, people are definitely going to know who Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Donald Duck are. Let's talk about Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is so iconic that to this day, spin-offs of the show are being produced. Moreover, many shows have used the formula laid down by Tom and Jerry and implemented it in their own shows. The best example for this is probably Roadrunner and Bugs Bunny, and recent shows like Augie and the Cockroaches. This is why I feel Tom and Jerry edges out its competition slightly and is the most iconic cartoon of all time. The third factor is the longevity of the show. How long it lasted, how long it stayed relevant, and how long it stayed good. This eliminates many shows from the equation as a lot of them had the potential to become the greatest, but due to the fact that they only had 3 or 4 seasons, were often overlooked and became less and less relevant. Some examples for this are Courage the Cowardly Dog, Teen Titans, Spectacular Spider-Man, and so on. As for shows that have failed to stay relevant, the best example for this is Ben 10. So, based on all these factors, my pick for the best cartoon of all time is... Nah, I'm just kidding. My pick for the number one cartoon of all time is... Yes, my pick is SpongeBob SquarePants, and let me tell you why. This show beautifully combines all the three factors I discussed earlier. In terms of nostalgia, who doesn't think back to when life was simpler and you ran home from school to catch SpongeBob on TV? In terms of how iconic it is, I don't even need to justify this. The show has such a huge cultural influence, and if you haven't seen the show, you definitely get to know about SpongeBob one way or another, be it through memes, your friends, etc. Not only that, but the biggest thing about SpongeBob is that you can identify yourself with at least one character of the show, and also the people in the show are normally the types of people you surround yourself with. I think that's what makes it the best cartoon of all time, because we have SpongeBob, who's extremely hardworking, enthusiastic, energetic, optimistic, and has a head-on approach, while Squidward is the complete opposite. We have Patrick, who's, well, dumb, and Mr. Krabs, who exploits almost every situation if it can get him money. Besides, SpongeBob is better. Finally, the longevity of the show.
Voice.
75 years later.
The fact that SpongeBob has managed to stay relevant for over 20 years and still has episodes in the making shows that the show has adapted excellently to its viewers as the years have gone on. So yeah, in my opinion, SpongeBob SquarePants is the GOAT of cartoon shows. That is it for the video, guys. Comment down below what you think the best cartoon is, and if you like this video, please be sure to share it with a friend. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time.